everyone. Welcome to the Tamara and Michaela Show. So today we're going to reflect on our trip to South Africa.
The motherland.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. We were roommates on the trip, and it's very funny because I would think that initially people wouldn't really put us together.
I know.
You know, but I remember Marla was like, "So is this really the first time y'all met each other?" We said, "Yeah." But I felt we clicked really well.
We really did, and we really clicked there very well. And ever since that day, it's been Sealy. It's been Sealy.
Why'd you point at me when you said Sealy?
I'm saying mean.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
She gonna say these Sealy braids.
Anyway, but the theater reference I understood. We've been on dates.
What's the other girl name?
It was her sister, Nettie.
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 We Sealy and Nettie.
Yeah. But anyway, and you know, Nettie went to Africa. I don't know if it was South Africa, but Nettie went to Africa. She was with the children. I remember that part.
She was.
Anyway. But so, what was your favorite part? We were there for 2 weeks. Besides me, what was your favorite part?
Well, my favorite parts was, I would have to say, I have so many, but for appropriate reasons, I would have to say Lesedi and Robben Island.
Okay, tell me more about Lesedi, and then I'll give you my 2 cents.
Okay, so Lesedi was, it's a cultural village, and the purpose is to, they have it built as if you're back in time with the 5 major tribes of South Africa. And me and Michaela actually stayed in, what tribe did we stay in?
Soto.
Basotho. Yeah, we stayed in Basotho. It wasn't Xhosa.
No, that's a different story.
I have to tell you about Xhosa.
Yeah, that's a different story, guys.
Girl, it's my time, I gotta tell you about that. But anyways, yeah, so we actually stayed there, and it was really nice, like to see how the different tribes, did it and stuff.
Yeah, like that
the different
tour.
dances and stuff.
That tour was something else.
Yes.
Cause like they had the guards on the to guard the different tribes and stuff. And then, but even so not to be bougie, but the hut seemed very como se dice. It wasn't really going to be much on the inside, but it was well furnished.
Yeah, it was very pretty.
Listen, that shower had great shower pressure. I appreciated that.
Yes.
Thanks, Lesedi. Didn't have Wi-Fi, but everybody's not.
Didn't nobody have Wi-Fi.
But no one's perfect.
Shout out to HPC though.
Right, HPC had great Wi-Fi. But yeah, like the dancing though, that was awesome. I thought we were going to be able to dance with them, but But that Zulu kick, that's another story. That's another story. Because at the orphanage, the one of the dancers taught me how to do the Zulu kick. Oh yeah. It was
That's what they did when we went to Maracana. They was doing those kicks and stuff.
And also, little known fact, don't judge me. I haven't told you this yet. In Beyonce's Formation choreography, they did a Zulu kick. They did. That hot sauce in my bag, so I did the kick. That was me trying to kick, guys.
Beyonce,
but culture, I would not have known that had I not been to South Africa, because that was legit a Zulu kick. Somebody did their research. I'm just saying, I took the culture back, and I have different lenses. See culture in a different lens now. And this is very fitting because you were the only film major on the trip.
Yes.
So it was also good to have your perspective on things, because I think most of us like business, and myself being econ. Like, you remember at the University of Pretoria where I was so excited about the lecture. I was like, oh, wasn't that such a great lesson on urban unemployment? And you looked at me like, if you don't calm down. But I was so excited. But I'm economics, I'm labor economics, so I was excited. You're just like, calm down.
I'll be like that my family class.
But you like Americana, the musical.
Yeah.
That was different though, because it wasn't all in English, but thanks to them for having semi-subtitles.
Yes.
It was kind of hard.
I think something else that I love going to the different townships. Like
Yeah.
I really some of the time it felt like home. Like I really like going to the townships and being with the regular people, like me or whatever. And
It was very humbling.
not always being in the tourist perspective.
Right.
And I really enjoyed that. Like Soweto was beautiful. Yeah. Soweto was nice.
That was
Soweto was more cultural. Like it was very restaurants and stuff like that. Yeah.
But it was the Langa Township was very humbling because just things were just so dilapidated, but the people were so kind and so welcoming. I know I wouldn't be as receptive to people just like coming in and like me just kind of just being on display for people.
Yeah.
But it wasn't about them demeaning themselves and thinking, oh, I'm just on exhibit. But it was so that we could understand, walk in their shoes, understand what their life was like, and and then to spread that, and with spreading that to gain awareness and to be able to help them in some kind of way. But I thought it was so cool how they had their own barbershops, had their own hair salons. But yeah, that was something else. And forgive me, but like to go back real quick on like the Robben Island story, that tour guide, like I guess with all of them, like the tour guides were former prisoners, but it was very moving. And what hurt me, he was so smart. Because he knew these different languages and he was just so well read and spoke very well. But it hurt me that he said, or he told Margaret and she told me, he's like, I hate that I have to work here. But because of the lack of skills that I have, it's the only job I can get. But that hurt me though a little bit. But getting his perspective while going through was just really, was really great. And then seeing Walter Sisulu we didn't know, fun fact, I don't know if the professors knew, but we were among Walter Sisulu's grandson.
Yes.
We met him at the University of Pretoria. Had no idea. He told me.
We didn't find out until like the last day when we left Johannesburg.
That's something you tell people. Right. But I was so.
But I understand, why.
We understood.
I done told everybody. I was like, girl, I was with the legends.
But I was so ignorant because I specifically asked for his last name. He was like Sisulu. I was like, oh, okay. I'm ignorant. And then I go to Robben Island and I see Walter. I said, that sounds familiar. And I told Brandon. He was like, but Kelly, you didn't know? I said, no what? So that was a cool fun fact. I don't know if you professors knew that, but we were on.
Yeah, and it was just nice. And like also being able to come back to the States and tell people what you learned. Because a lot of people just, when I told people I was going to Africa, it was like,
they don't drink the water.
No, they're
don't
like,
go here. Don't get run up by rhinoceros or something.
Right, they're like, you're gonna be hanging off trees and all walking around naked and like stuff like that, like just so ignorant on the culture or whatever. Yeah. And it was just nice just coming back and being able to tell our peers these stories.
Yeah, bring the culture back.
Yes, just tell people what we learned.
Because I was told at least 2 or 3 times on our trip. Because remember we were at the Apartheid Museum and people came up to us speaking Zulu. Because see, I had braids, so I was blending in, I guess, too well. And they said, well, you look, say it, I look.
Awesome.
Yeah, and I still haven't mastered it yet, which is a shame. But I got that about 2 or 3 times, saying that I look like I was from the Gosta people. Sorry. I'm still working on it, clearly. But that was interesting. And then that time those men came up to us speaking Zulu. That was hilarious. But
y'all speaking Zulu? I was like,
you said we from America. Yeah. We don't know what you're talking about. I was like, I'm so sorry. We don't understand. We don't understand. But yeah, that was fun. Cool.
Yeah, it was real nice.
Yeah.
And Table Mountain was fun.
Table Mountain was beautiful. Isn't it like a 7th wonder or a wonder of the world? I see why. I believe it is.
Table Mountain was very
crop that up.
beautiful. Very beautiful.
Oh.
What I noticed, when we went to places where we were tourists, like Robben Island, tourist thing. Like people say in South Africa, I'll just go to Robben Island. Like, oh, just go to Robben Island. You know, that's a tourist attraction, and apartheid museum is a tourist attraction. What I noticed on some of these places, being a tourist and being around other tourists, there were not a lot of black people touring. Like, she knows that?
I didn't.
Huh?
Like I didn't look for it, but that's deep. I was looking at where I was as a tourist, but I didn't think to look at the demographics of the people. That's deep, girl. You got to see those eyes.
Like when you think about it, you know?
Yeah, but you're
look back
right.
at it, like,
yeah, when I look back at it, you're right.
Yeah, and I know something I noticed. There was a lot of black people, you know, touring.
Did you want to speak about your experience with Arthur at the early game drive?
Well, hey, babe.
Listen, professors, I don't know if you do this. Tamara had a huge crush on Arthur, like the whole trip. My poor buddy got harassed for 2 weeks.
He did.
So we were.
Hold on, let me tell you one more thing though.
Oh, okay.
The Lapa restaurant. Everything on. She got me eating cabbages now. I do not eat cabbages.
She got Tamara eating vegetables.
I don't eat cabbages. I eat vegetables. Okay. Out the can.
Yeah, the food was good, but see, I thought the pumpkin was sweet potato. Oh, plot twist. And then
I thought that was sweet potato too. It was still good.
It was good, right? Everything was really good. But her story, Miss Sheila, her story was just so powerful. She was saying that prior to opening her restaurant, she was actually a housekeeper. And as a housekeeper, she came across this receipt, and it was like milk and eggs or something like that. And whatever the amount was, of course, it was a low amount. She realized it was the same amount as her paycheck. So she said to herself, like, I'm worth milk and eggs. Like, that's crazy. Yeah. And so it was that was like the catalyst of, okay, I need to start my own thing, is what I need to do. And even, I don't want to say like the blessing and the curse, but the thing about the end of apartheid was she was saying that people were very interested in the South African culture. They wanted to come see, you know, South Africa after apartheid, had things really changed and all that kind of stuff. So thankfully she was able to partner with different tourist organizations like the one that we had, you know, or was showing us around, and they brought us to her restaurant, and that really helped her to generate more business. So I think that's really cool, and just how everybody's trying to like partner up together. Yeah.
And speaking of post-apartheid, it's one of the things we talked about in class is apartheid was not that long ago.
Right.
It ended in
94.
I
was
94.
born.
And like, you know, looking at their history of apartheid and our history of like segregation and all this stuff that America went through, it's like think if segregation ended here in 94, where would we be now? We would be in like the Panthers, and like we would be in that time setting right now. So it's like it was just very, you know, it was just something to think about. Like just thinking segregation ended in 94 here, or you know stuff like that. Like where would we be now? You know, so
right. Very humbling.
Yes, it really was. And also the kids. The kids were so cute.
Boosie's hating. Oh my goodness. So my friend's name was Zuzu. And what I loved was I left with them a Dr. Seuss book. And I love Dr. Seuss's quote of, will you succeed? Yes, you will indeed, right? And he was asking me to sing a song with him or for him. And I was like, no, like I haven't sung in so long. He was like, you just got to believe in yourself, you can do it. And I'm here thinking, I mean, like, I did, like, you know.
You could sing.
No.
Come on, baby. On the street side.
So, but I just thought it was funny because I thought I was supposed to impart words of wisdom and encouragement in the children, and in turn they ended up doing that to me. So that was really cool. I love that. And then the dancing was great. You know, I was rocking those dances. Yeah. She was. I was.
You and Latoria was rocking those dances. And look his age. And so but he was telling me how he his dream is to be an American engineer and a dancer or whatever. And he danced for me and stuff, and you know, and all this stuff. And
it was very humbling to see a different side of the world. It made me feel small, you know, because like, okay, we're in Georgia, but even beyond Georgia, beyond the United States, you know, someone on the totally other side of the world, they have their own livelihood, they have their own culture, you know, and so it's easy to become self-absorbed in your own way of life, your own way of thinking. And so to broaden that, it just really made me feel really small in the concept of thinking of the world. Yeah.
Yeah, because there's no middle class there, you know. You got it or you don't, basically.
Haves and have-nots.
Yeah, and there's no, like, people here don't really understand how good they have it, you know. There's no government assistance. There's no Section 8 and food stamps and all these things to help you, all these different type of resources. There's no financial aid and all that stuff, like, you know, and it's like, you know, it's just very good. You know, it's just very nice. It was just nice just being able to see another person. Because, you know, sometimes we can think that we have it so bad and everything is going so wrong in our lives, and there's just rock bottom and all these different things, and it's really not, you know.
That's good. That's good. So, thank you.
And y'all, I'm going to business school.
She's going to business school. She said she was inspired by all of our business classes and visits. But thank you all so much for allowing us to take part in such a life-changing experience.
We had the best.
I lose words. I lose words trying to express how grateful I am. Tamara, do you have any more?
Yeah, just thank you just for being awesome professors. We went with some awesome
you all went
people.
through a lot, okay?
Yes.
That's all we need to say.
Dr. Dockley, you brought us all back in one piece.
Yes, so much. And you joined the Tamara McKellar Show.
Wait, there are two little boys.
Yeah. The one in the white is smoking, the one in the black.
Oh, Lord.
Okay.
Oh, Lord.
You gotta stand up.
Why are they sitting down?
Did you hear him? Stand up, Toria!
Michaela.
Welcome to Soweto. Welcome to Chama Chama. Welcome to Paskibala Maba. Abasifun. South Africa. South Africa. Tipa tipa. Come on, pay. Tell my parents. Never want to.
Huh? What's his name? Pounce? Where's Pounce?
Pounce is on the bus.
Go.
Whole bite. Yeah. Everybody put in. I guess so.
Right.
I didn't write it before I read.
Yeah, Hafiz!
You want to?
Come on, move it! They're gonna beat you!
Oh!
Oh, yeah, I need to take time off. Oh, I got it.
This ain't even funny.
Oh, I'm doing my pop-pop.
Ooh.
This camera.
Ooh.
1, 2.
Ooh. Arthur. Yes. TMZ. So Arthur, this how the TMZ be. They be walking all fast, a celebrity. Oh, oh, Arthur. Oh, oh, oh. How did you like the penguins?
Oh my God.
Did you like them? Did y'all like the penguins?
Yes, I love penguins.
Y'all like the penguins?
Yes. Yes, it was very nice.
Yeah, should have.
I'm waiting for Happy Feet to
Good evening. Hello, everyone. This is Tamara and
Michaela.
Show.
Wait,
So,
that's not right. You're supposed to say welcome to the Tamara Michaela.